funded. It's closed but not funded. So it'll be closed and funded tomorrow. But yeah, Ozzy's all the way in Puerto Rico, like you said, all the way in Puerto Rico. He's 1000% virtual wholesaling. That's very exciting. Um, I also want to congratulate Panique and I don't know why Sam. We should send a link to Sam. Get Sam on it next time. But congratulations to Panique and Sam for investing in the wholesale inbound automation system today. We finished our call today to onboard them. They're gonna have a wholesale inbound system. Basically, they don't have to cold call anymore. I mean, she's still probably gonna cold call, but they have another avenue to get leads, from running paid ads and PPC and some PPL. So congratulations on taking that big next step in your wholesale business.
Appreciate
Congratulations.
it, appreciate it. Yeah, he's not on. He had to take his daughter to dance tonight. So I did tell him about the call though, but he couldn't make it.
It's cool. It's cool. It's understandable. So I just kind of want to go over a couple things. If you're new here, amazing. Welcome. For the people who have constantly come to the calls, hopefully this is just another opportunity for God to lead me to just kind of give you guys some more insight and some more strategies that you can use. Hopefully some more courage and faith, and just eliminate that emotion of fear, doubt, hesitation, procrastination. We all make time for things that we feel are important, right? Nobody can really say they're too busy to focus on what it is that they are passionate about, right? Like we make time for the things that we're passionate about. Seems like there's not enough time in the day, right? But time goes by because it just goes by so fast. Like it's 7:30 on the East Coast already. Feel like I just woke up, but it just it just keep going and going and going. But we gotta find a way to make time for the things that we prioritize and make important. So speaking of time, I know cold calling. Let's talk about a couple of different strategies in real estate. We are wholesale here, correct? Or at least have the passion to wholesale, looking to wholesale, right? Assign deals, try to make money without too much money out of pocket, right? So I basically just want to show you guys a couple of different ways of finding deals. I'm not really an or guy. I'm more of an and guy. Some people ask me, should I do this, or should I cold call, or should I knock on doors, or should I do PPC? It's like, nah, you should do, you should cold call, and you should do this, and you should get PPC, and you should JV with wholesalers, and you should work with realtors who have expired listings or
Word, that's real.
listings that sit on the market. You know what I'm saying? And so, let's change the or to and, right? Some people may say, well, I want to niche down and I just want to do this. Well, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Not even just money, but opportunity. You're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table when you just niche down to one strategy. You know, maybe when it comes to niching down in businesses, right? Like don't do wholesaling, Turo, Airbnb, and trucking and e-commerce, right? Like, but you can niche down to one business, real estate, right? But I wouldn't just niche down to saying, oh, I'm only gonna find sellers like this, or I'm only gonna find buyers like this. Like you should use all avenues to to get leads, because ultimately that's what it takes in order to gain a client or to gain a customer, right? So I've been for those who don't know, I've been doing this real estate wholesale game for the past 9 years. I closed my first deal in 2016, glory to God, while I was still working at the mall. My max salary was $12 an hour, $25,000 a year. And it's like now we're doing deals for 25,000 for one conversation, and it's nothing more, nothing less than a blessing from the Lord. Like, is it possible? Yes. Can you have a 6-figure month? Yes. Can you have a 7-figure year? Absolutely. Can you have a 7-figure month? I haven't had one yet. You know what I mean? But yes, we can. Right? And so we just should open up our minds. And a lot of people think that you can't make $1 million, or you can't do $2 million, and it's really us putting limiting beliefs on ourselves. And I really just kind of want to just share with you guys some different avenues and some different ways that you can find deals. There's ways to find deals the free way, right? There's ways to find deals like a little bit cheaper way, And then there's ways to find deals where, okay, you can dump some money into it if you ain't got a bunch of time, but you got some money. There's ways to find deals like that. So I'm gonna go over the free way. I want to go over a cheap way, and then we can even go over like, okay, let's say you don't have a lot of time, but you need one out of the two. You either need some time or you need some money. If you ain't got time, okay, you got your pockets full. That's cool. Go ahead and invest into getting PPL, invest in the PPC, invest into cold callers, invest into training VAs, right? You ain't got a whole lot of money, then you better have some time, right? Spend 5 hours on a dollar. Spend 6 hours cold calling. Spend 4 hours out of your day driving for dollars, writing down addresses, and then coming back and researching it, and then skip tracing them and making offers, right? Spend time learning scripts and mastering the art of selling. It's a book out there called The Way of the Wolf, written by Jordan Belfort. Y'all know who Jordan Belfort is? Who heard of Jordan Belfort? Y'all talk to me.
Yep.
Wolf of Wall Street, right? The dude in the white Lambo who was on them, what he was on the keloid, them shrooms.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio, right? So Jordan wrote a book called The Way of the Wolf, and it basically is illustrating what he calls the straight line to selling. And basically, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, there is a step-by-step process of, I won't call it human manipulation, but human psychology on basically how to get a sale. And it works in every business, in every industry. There's an art to gaining a client and dragging them from a cold client to a warm client to a hot client to a closed deal to money in your bank, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We ain't got to recreate nothing. Like, there's a proven blueprint to how you can become a six-figure entrepreneur, a seven-figure entrepreneur. There's nothing that you have to reinvent or recreate, right? Once we find something that works, it's like, how do I repeat it? And not only how do I repeat it, then how can I get help in there to help us repeat it more often, right? And then how can I make it bigger and then start plugging people in different departments? We know that wholesaling has a couple of different departments, right? We have a marketing department, right? Basically, how are we getting the leads? We can get leads from public record. I'm gonna show y'all some of that tonight. We can get leads from public record. Public record is free, right? You ain't gotta pay nothing to go onto your county website or your county clerk of court website. Public records, that's free. Every county has a public records website, right? And you can go on there and you can pull lists and you can look them up. You can look up the address, you can look up the owner, you can get the phone number, right? So marketing, what's another frame of marketing? You can go on PropStream. We can pull vacant land lists, probably like Brandon has showed y'all, right? We can pull pre-foreclosures. We can pull vacant houses, delinquent taxes. We can pull divorce lists, probate lists. These are all reasons why somebody may be motivated to sell you a property at a discount, true or false, right? So it's like, we're not looking for people who want to sell. And I want y'all to wrap y'all mind around, like, every person who owns a house is not your ideal client, right? Like, some people want retail for their house. Y'all know in this business, in order for us to make $1 wholesaling, we have to get the property at a discount. It's in the script. All right, we let them know, like, look, Mr. Jones, just to let you know, I am an investor, right? So we don't purchase every property that we look at. However, I don't want to waste your time or mine. You know, we are looking to pay a cash price for the property. We're not looking to make $1 million on the deal, but we are looking to make some type of profit. I'm sure you can understand that, right? Right, so, I'm gonna go through them and ask you a couple questions. If we're a good fit, great. If not, then we also do have a team of realtors or, somebody we can refer you to who can help you get top dollar or retail value if that's something that you're looking for. I'm letting you know right now, it is a cash offer that we're looking to make you. And if we're a fit, then we would love to service you. If not, it's okay. We can still direct you in the right direction. Does that make sense? Should I keep going with the questions? And we setting the standard ASAP, right? So then when we get to the part with the offer, we ain't pissing nobody off. Like, you already know what it is. If you're not my ideal client, I really shouldn't even continue with this conversation. True or false?
True.
right? So we have pulling lists, right? So pulling lists is a little bit more of a paid way, right? Public record is free. Pulling lists, right? When we pull a list, then especially in bulk, then we're gonna pull the list. We're probably gonna use PropStream or some type of software to pull the list. We know that we're not just gonna get 100 people on the list. We're not just gonna get 200, 500 people on the list. We want to at least have 1,500 to 2,000, 2,500 person list, right? Because y'all know that this is a numbers game, right? We're not getting emotional about real estate. We playing the numbers, we tracking our data, we tracking our analytics, and then we're reverse engineering the entire process to know, okay, how many people do I need to talk to in order to get an interested party? How many offers do I need to make in order to get a yes? How many yeses do I need in order to get them to sign a contract? How many contracts do I need in order to get to the closing table? You get what I'm saying? And we're reverse engineering it. So don't play around with a 500 person list. You're probably gonna waste your time. Go ahead and get you a 1,500 person list off of PropStream. Get you a 2,500 person list off of PropStream. And once we get that list, then we're gonna skip trace it, right? Now there's some skip tracing services that are cheaper than others, but I mean, look to pay at least 10 cents a skip, right? So for a list of 2,000, that's a $200 list. If you invest $200, you got 2,000. You get one yes out of 2,000 leads. Is it worth the 200? See the head?
Yeah, it's worth the 200.
I mean, it's worth the 200, right?
Yep.
You say 6 cents per skip with me, right? So having relationships will save you a lot of dough, right? So under 200. Right, so then boom, we got PropStream. Is it worth having PropStream 7 days for free, $97 a month to be able to get all the data possible for every property in America? Is that a good investment, right? So you gotta think about like things that we may be complaining about. Like maybe y'all not complaining, but just like I hear it in the industry. Oh, we gotta pay for this, we gotta pay for that. What other business do you know that you can start for under $1,000 where you can make 5, 10, 20, 30? My biggest assignment deal was $65,000. It didn't cost me that much to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really complaining about? You can't start no t-shirt business for under $1,000. Ask Panik. You know what I'm saying? You can't start no.
Low. It's actually low when you think about it. It's actually low. Sorry to interrupt you, but the overhead is actually low when you think about it compared to most businesses. The lower
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, right? Nah, I appreciate it. Y'all can interject, bro. Yeah, we having a discussion. This ain't just me running the show. Y'all can definitely interject and tell your opinions. But yeah, right, the overhead on this, I don't know no other businesses other than wholesaling where you can start with this low of a budget and still stumble upon a deal and then be able to take them profits and then reinvest it into your machine and start building out your departments, right? And okay, so we talked about a free way, then we talked about a cheaper way, and then we got a paid way, right? So you got like third party programs like iSpeed Lead, like with iSpeed to Lead, and it's crazy. I really don't be giving out that iSpeed, but yeah, y'all found. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, you don't. But iSpeed to Lead, if you don't know what it is, basically they run ads to get motivated sellers across America, right? And so they'll run ads. They'll push the seller to a landing page. Then from the landing page, they'll make the seller take an action. After they take an action, they got to fill out a questionnaire, and then they'll take that lead, bring it into their database, and then investors like us can go into their database and purchase the lead, right? So iSpeed not really looking to close their own deals. I'm sure they got a team or whatever who close the ones that just sit or that may be dead or nobody purchased them. But those leads are in there for investors and wholesalers and even realtors to go in there, be able to hand pick your leads, hand pick your market, hand pick your leads, and then you can basically pay for a hot lead. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, and for example, can I share my screen on this?
Share your screen, and also if you have a link for that, let's put that in the thing for these guys.
Oh, bet, yeah. Who's on, it's in my link tree. It's not, because I really kind of like sell that. I sell the resource. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here, I'll go back. We'll copy that link for anybody who want to rock with it. I'll put it in the chat. All right, but let me go back to share my screen just so I can show y'all how powerful. Like if you got some money and you ain't got time to cold call or whatever, you can just go in here and buy hot leads instead of cold leads, right? Because true or false, nobody on them prop stream list ever said like I want to sell my house. You kind of got to figure it out, right? You got to call them, you got to hit them with a pitch. Like even though it's a pre-foreclosure, they never said like I want to sell, right? These people on here want to sell, right? So you can come in here. Y'all can see my screen.
Yeah.
I joined on froze. Whatever. Hold on. Load it back up. All right, so we can come in here and they got something that's called. Where is it? They got something that's called Coupon Club. Here it is right here. Coupon Club 29. They just changed the name. They call it 29 per lead club. And basically for $199 a month, you can get every sale lead on here for $29, right? When they usually cost $200 to $300 per lead, right? They know what they're doing. They know that somebody who clicked on the ad, clicked on their landing page, filled out an entire questionnaire, put their phone number, put their email address, and has a reason for why they want to leave. They know that if we buy this lead, most likely we're gonna make some money from it. So that's why you'll see the prices are like so high. You got 94, 65, 55, right? And the difference between a sale lead and an exclusive lead, really can't figure it out, is that an exclusive lead literally came in like just now. Like what time is it? It's 7:54. This lead just came in right now. This is what's called hot off the press. I mean, this the Philly cheesesteak right off the top of the stove. Like, it's gonna burn your mouth how hot it is. You get what I'm saying? How hot this lead is. The person is ready to sell right now. You come down here, you'll still see some more on here. Boom, this one 316, 375, 292. Why they so expensive? Because they hot. They ready to go right now. And I'll tell y'all, me myself personally, I don't care how rich I am. I ain't paying no 292 per lead. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no guarantee I'm going to close that joker, right? So what I do with my team is we'll just sign up for the 2.9 we'll sign up for the 2.9 club. And so I'll say I'm straight on the exclusive, but give me the sale leads. What's the sale leads? Okay, they've been on here for 48 hours, right? 48 hours or whatever is cool. You know what I mean? It's cool to me. It's still a hot lead. It's still a hot lead. The ones that's listed will be in red, right? Ones that's off market, that's not listed, they'll be in green. You know what I'm saying? So you can hand pick a market. Let's say you on, somebody give me a city.
Shit, I don't even know.
I can call it out.
Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, something like that.
That's funny. I got family in Montgomery.
Thinking about moving there.
That Montgomery got going on. I'm sorry, my computer's slow for some reason. Montgomery, Alabama. The last lead out of Montgomery came in on March 12th. But it's a tired landlord, a vacant property. They want to sell ASAP. They own the property. It's not listed with an agent, right? So if you want to buy the lead, you can come in here. If you're with the 2.9 club, I think it's 2.9 club. Oh, it's a different code. But once you sign up, you basically can get this lead. No matter how much they say it is. Once you sign in with the coupon club, you're paying $199 a month. You can get every lead on here for $29. So for the cost of one lead, you could literally get like almost 10 of them. Does that make sense? You can almost get 10 of them And the conversion, let me tell you the conversions based on the numbers, because I'm a numbers guy. Right? On PropStream, you have to pull a PropStream list. Every 200 to 900 numbers, you'll get a contract. 200 to 900, right? For every inbound lead, hot lead, the conversion is 10 to 20. Every 10 to 20 leads that you get that's hot, inbound, that say they want to sell, you will get a contract. Don't believe me? Check out Mike. Hold on, go to Mike. Mike got 10 leads and 10 hot leads fresh off the press, fresh off the grill in 31 days, right? Out of those leads, two went under contract, one closed. This one will close in April. So out of his first 10 leads, actually this one that closed today was the first lead. The first lead that he bought closed, right? This one could have been like number 8, or I think Lillian was like number 9, 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? And this one, once we find a buyer, this one to close. He got 2 contracts, one closing with just 10 inbound. The conversions is absolutely ridiculous versus cold calling. You know what I mean? So if you can only afford the cold call, that's fine. Still work the avenue. But if you can afford to get inbound leads and purchase inbound leads, I'm just letting you know what the numbers game is. For every 200 to 900 PropStream leads, Ozzy made an $8,000 profit on 200 calls from PropStream, right? But Ozzy real sharp on the phone, like he been doing this for a couple months. You know, it's like he's polished, right? That's why I say 200 to 900. 200 it can happen depending on your skill level. Even if you're not skilled, 900 is volume, depending on how fast you're doing it, right? So you can still get a contract or 2 with 900, maybe better depending on your skill level. But when it comes to hot leads off the press, this person relocating, all you see is ASAP, 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 ASAP. You see ASAP more than anything. If you pitch 10 to 20 ASAPs, you're going to get a contract based on the numbers game. It's the inevitable.
Amen.
It's the inevitable.
Do you do Frederick Merlin?
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. What's it called?
Frederick Merlin.
Frederick. That's better, right?
It's not showing me the.
Oh, y'all can't see
Yeah.
my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, that's right.
Or if it don't got none for that specific city. I mean, they may not be running ads over there, but let's see. Oh, look, yeah, we got some Fred. Well, one Fred is
One?
listed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
one Fred is listed. Good. But yeah, this one's $59. If you in the coupon club, you can get that for $2.9. Right? Now you can just do the whole state of Maryland and see what's in there. Right? Do whole state of Maryland. See y'all using that affiliate code. Yeah, man, they'll be going high speed lead. Use that affiliate code. Oh, you got Baltimore, B-More, right? Off market. B-More off market. Want to sell ASAP is vacant on the property, not listed. 319. You in the club, 29. You know what I'm saying? You could buy the whole first 20 on these joint. Look, every 10, what's that? 300. Right? 10 is 300. You get 20 leads. That's that. That's 600. So for 600, you really got guaranteed. You got guaranteed deals. Because remember, it's 10 to 20. Right? Depending on your skill level. With 600, you got guaranteed. You know, for that 20 leads. Say you spend a band or say you spend 1,200. That's 40 hot leads, fam. 1,200.
So
40 hot leads guaranteed to get deals.
So how does this work again? You said you join up for how much per month?
It's $199 per month with a 2.9 club.
Okay, and then the leads are very discounted, $29 right there.
$29.
That's pretty
no
far.
matter how much they say it costs.
Y'all, check it out.
Okay.
That is fire because you can go ahead and pull a list from PropStream all right, let's say 1,000, and then you go to a skip trade service and you spend however much on that 1,000 list, is the same thing as pulling 40, 50 leads on here. And these are already hot. And even if you only close one of them at $5,000, you already made your money back. And if you're studying somebody's acquisitions, people, like I've been telling y'all, you can close, let's say, 10 deals, 5, 10 of these deals. And if you know other methods than just wholesaling to other investors, like the deal sniper stuff, where you can create a creative deal, you could, wow, that's I'm gonna have to get that. Definitely gonna have to get that.
So Daryl first two leads came from iSpeed. A 26 banger and a 40 banger, both iSpeed. A 26 banger and a 40 banger, 66,000 in 60 days, strictly iSpeed. That's how I even found out about it, because Daryl had bought my mentorship in. He was doing inbound, but he didn't tell me about iSpeed, and then he found out about iSpeed, I guess, through another mentor, and then came back and told me he purchased some leads off iSpeed at a discount. I think they're like $10 a lead. They was running they run specials too. So if you turn on your notifications to get notified with iSpeed, they'll run like the deal specials and stuff. So he got a couple leads for like $10. And one of them $10 was a 26 banger, 40 banger, like right when it was being born. 60 days, Daryl made $66,000. You know what I mean?
Also, you don't need to have like crazy like skill level to like talk to these leads. They're like easier to talk to. You just gotta know how to get the basic information.
Yeah, cause they motivated, right? It's like you ain't gotta pull nobody arm or like prop stream. Like I said, nobody said they want to sell off prop stream. Nobody like came out and said like I want to sell my property. Like you on a pre-foreclosure list, you may.
Are you guys doing also like besides like creative like novations?
I haven't done a novation deal yet. I've heard about them. I just haven't really run into that situation. Yeah. But I got a partner. His name Novation King. He go by Rich. He live in Arizona. I should definitely check out Rich.
Yeah. I think
I did a live with Rich.
With that strategy, I think you could close even more like with using this concept right here.
Yeah, I think so too, because if I'm not mistaken, right, and I don't know everything about novation, but if I'm not mistaken, Rich was saying like we can wholesale the deal over to a finance buyer who will pay appraised value for the property.
Yeah. You can pay like a little bit more, and someone come in with like any type of loan that they got approved for.
See what I'm saying? Which means we ain't got a lowball the seller. We could hit them with like a decent offer under asking price, and still be able to make a walk as long as it appraised. True or false? Am I right? Because I don't know everything about them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my hands on the contract. I kind of have something, but I know it doesn't have everything. Like I have enough to like list on the market, but I know innovation you need like a little bit extra more. It needs a couple more things in there.
But when you're doing a deal like that, it will require a little more time, right?
Yeah.
A lot more time.
Yeah. So the way I would go in on that, I would just like I do the cash offer, and if they say no, absolutely not, and their numbers like way higher, be like, we might be able to come up, you might qualify for this other program we got, and then from there, say we could pay a little bit more, we just need a little bit more time.
Okay.
I pitch it like, hey, we're gonna use our, everybody we know, and then also use the market, to bring in a retail buyer, and we'll get you that, versus
The price you promised, right? Yeah.
at 235, but then now you're adding your host. Well, what would be your fee? Now you're making like 40, 50K.
Now these novation deals, real quick, Carlos, because someone's told me about the novations, and I was a little confused because I've listed deals on the market and I've assigned them to the buyers, so I don't really understand novation, like why you would need that. But are these for like if you find a retail buyer that getting a loan?
Yeah, now you could wholesale to like someone that has a loan.
Oh, okay, then that makes sense.
That's,
Because he didn't mention that. He was like, you know, you can put it on the market and then you can sell it to a buyer and just assign it to them, but it's not technically assigning because you're doing innovation. I was like, well, I do that anyways. What's the difference? And he didn't really
because you
explain
sell
it.
it to investors.
Yeah, because I was just selling it to an investor, I guess, or even a retail buyer that was paying cash. But I guess with the loan, if there's like a retail buyer is buying a freaking $200,000-$300,000 house and they need to qualify for a mortgage, the novation method allows you to still make that middleman fee. So Chris, we gotta figure that out because that's what you could do with that Lakeland deal.
Well, you know what's
Yeah,
more crazy is that you go in like already telling the seller like everything, like it's
Yeah, what the whole plan is.
you know, you don't have to worry about nothing. You know, if the property needs repairs, if they ask for repairs on the, you know, if the buyer asks for any kind of repairs, we're gonna handle all that. You know, and it's like like a super VIP where they don't have to worry about nothing. You know, you're handling everything. They know you're gonna list it on the market. You know, they just want to get that extra chunk of money. You know, where you offered 200,000, now they want 275. Now they're getting that extra 75K. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously know you're gonna make a profit. I was confused too. So you pitch it like that, right? Like everything up front, and then you just handle everything. So the contract part, the innovation part, is just like where you still go into contract with them, but you get like their approval to like list it on the market and all that. And then once somebody comes in, then another contract's created and it replaces that. But you're able to sign and all that, just like when you're listed on the market, you're able to sign all the docs and all that kind of stuff. So
That's cool.
I don't know what kind of lingo goes into the innovation, but I know there's maybe a bit more, just a little bit more than just what we do when you list on the market. Or it might be the same thing, I don't know. I haven't seen a contract, so I'm a little I know I could do
Yeah,
it.
hey, Unpredictable said he doing one with Novation King, so maybe when he done with that deal, maybe he can enlighten us on exactly the process how it went from beginning to end. Shout out to Novation King.
I think it's worth it because I think that's where it's going. Like that's where wholesaling is going. Like if you could do innovations, it's like it's crazy, you know. Takes a little longer, but now you're making 40-50K a deal, you know,
Or
all the time. So
anyways, Mills, where were you at? Nah, that was great.
We got it. I know that. Yeah.
I
Because look, is that Devin? Is that Devin who said he working with Novation King?
No.
Yeah. Come back. Hey, whatever class after that, after y'all close that deal, hey, come please enlighten us on like how it went from beginning to end for sure. I'd like to tap into that. I'm sure all of us would. All right, bet. So real quick, and then I'm gonna let Brandon take the I'm gonna let him take the stand. So we talked about public record. It said we have AI software as well. So you can use Redfin to find deals that's been on the market for 3 months or more. And you know that you don't just have to wholesale cash offers. You can wholesale any offer that you structure. So any property that's been on the market for a long time and they're not accepting a lowball cash offer, and we would offer them some type of seller creative financing offer. Like I always like to hit people with not just being a one-trick pony, but hitting them with like some different strategies. You know, and now that we about to learn about them innovations, that'll be another little strategy that we can hit, another offer that we can hit them with as well. So that way you're not just, it's either cash offer or nothing. Like we just make zero. It's like, no, hit them with a cash offer. Hit them with some of the seller creative financing I'm gonna show y'all. And then hit them with that innovation offer. Like, then if they say no to all of them, like, how motivated, probably not motivated seller, right? Because we just hit them with 3 different ways that they can sell their property. Right, so I say an easy way for a lot of new people, if any new people hasn't done a deal yet, we've been having a lot of brand new people getting their first contract in like 4 days, 14 days, 7 days, 10 days. Just had a guy in our Discord make 11 grand doing wholesaling seller creative financing offers with listed properties. Right, so what we teach is to go on Redfin. I like Redfin because it's super user friendly. and then pick a market that you want to do business in, as long as it has cash flow. And I'll show you how to do that, how to see if it got cash flow using the AI. Let's say like Memphis, right? You come to all filters, and we want to find property that's been on the market for at least 90 days or more, right? And the whole name of this game is just volume, just sending out enough offers to get a yes. We all agree that if we ain't sending out offers every day, you're probably not gonna get a deal under contract no time soon. But if you sending out 20 offers a day, 40 offers a day, that's 100 offers a week, that's 400 offers a month. In the next 60 days, that's like 800 offers. If you only sending out 20 a day, not even working on weekends, right? So I'm gonna show you an easy way where you can send out offers. So you got 948 properties on here in Memphis that's been on the market for 90 days or more, just sitting, not getting the type of offer that they want. So let's say you click on the property, right? We can see who the realtor is. You can always copy and paste their name into Google so that we can get their email address. But for now, let's generate the offer. So we'll copy the address. They asking for 179, right? We'll go into the AI software that we developed. We'll hit search. In seconds, the AI will generate the information to the property and we'll do the underwriting, right? So you can see if this is a good cash flowing deal or not instantly after expenditures. So you got what Section 8 will pay for this property. You have a vacancy rate, 5%, repairs and maintenance, 5%, property management, if any. Some investors can manage the property themselves, but let's just say if it was 10%, right? And they may not like that. They may just say, look, I want to manage it myself. Cool, manage it yourself. Right, you got taxes, insurance, monthly payment. Here's the cash flow for the deal, right? Here's the return on investment in year one. Here's the cash on cash return in year one. And then here's a DSCR refinance breakdown of the numbers after they refi. Now watch how fast we can create an offer to go out to the realtor. You come here, just hit no for mortgage for right now. Boom, the offer's already ready to go to the realtor. Right? And we just copy this. We just copy the offer. Find out the realtor's email by just copying and pasting their name and brokerage into Google. Probably gonna find it on Facebook. And then just paste the offer. Right? So with the seller creative financing offer, remember that the seller was asking for 179. It's probably been sitting on the market for 90 days because wholesalers and people trying to lowball them. True or false? Right? With a cash offer and then they trying to wholesale it. Right? So we're gonna come in a little different. We're gonna come in over asking price, right? Preferably not even having no equity in the deal, but it really doesn't matter because it's gonna cash flow until it builds equity. You get what I'm saying? So it already underwrites the deal and what your estimated assignment fee should be that the buyer will pay you, right? So that they can still get this type of cash flow. Right, so what it is they're gonna get a cash price. They're gonna get a sales price of 196. They're not gonna get the 196 at closing. Seller gonna hold back what's called a promissory note or a seller carryback. There's different terms for it. Right, title company gonna create what's called a promissory note. They're gonna get a down payment at closing. They're gonna get a monthly payment that's gonna go towards the note, and then they're gonna have a pretty quick closing date depending on how fast title can come back and payoffs and all of that. Now, how do we make money? Once we get a yes from the seller, right, then we'll put them under a creative financing agreement, right? And they have all the terms on it, right? And so once we have that agreement signed, then now we can either market it on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know why my Marketplace is not up there, but y'all know what Marketplace is. You can market it on Facebook Marketplace. You can bring it back here to this Discord. Or if y'all choose to rock with Deals Night, we have a Discord in Deals Night where we have over 500 members. A lot of them are rehabbers. A lot of them are flippers. We got some hard money lenders in there now that we just added to it. So you can either buy this deal yourself if you got the 13 grand, right? Because the property is already, it pretty much looks like it could be rent ready, right? Or like not that much work. So you could cash flow it yourself, or once you got it signed, you can just put your little 6 grand on top of this when you marketing it. So you'll tell the buyer that for under $20,000, for like 19,000 for $20,000. They can get into a cash flowing property that's gonna bring them 472 a month, 36% return on investment in year one, and a 14% cash on cash return. Like, what buyer would say no to that? You know what I'm saying? So at the closing table, the seller will get 13,000. There's gonna be a note created with a down payment that the buyer's gonna pay for. The buyer's gonna bring 20 grand to closing, and then you walk away with an assignment fee of $6,000. So really, it's a numbers game, right? So you're gonna get a lot of no's, but if your outbox don't look like this, you ain't sending out enough offers, right? So it's like, how long did it take me to generate that offer? Like, I mean, y'all can time me. Like, we can do it again real quick. Boom, boom. I found the market. I go to Redfin. I find the market. I go to filters. I go to 90 days. I hit search. I scroll to a property. I pick a property. I copy it. I go to the AI. I go back. I hit paste. I hit search. I check it. This one don't cash flow, but if it did, then we'll go with it. Offer's ready to go. Literally takes seconds to do it. So it's like, how many offers can you get out if you only got 30 minutes in your day or an hour of your day? If it take you 40 seconds to push out an offer. So I'll be challenging people to, push out 20 offers a day. Like, it's just copy and paste. Push out 20 offers a day. That's 100 offers a week. Not even working on weekends. You could do some more on the weekend. 400 offers a month. 800 offers in 60 days, fam. Prove me wrong that you can't get your first yes. Sending out 800 offers in the next 60 days.
Bills, real quick. Hey, listen, this is Amber, aka Wick. You already know me by Wick, but listen, okay. So I am in your Discord. My question is in relation to the deal snipe. What is your experience with property that has mortgage? Have you had any luck on those?
If you got a mortgage, you just plug in the mortgage numbers. That's it. Because you can go to PropStream and get the mortgage numbers.
Have you had any luck, or anybody on your team had any luck with a property that has mortgage on it?
Yeah, somebody had responded and said that this one has a mortgage. Can we resend the terms with the including the mortgage? Because the initial offer, just for speed purposes, I don't check to see if it got a mortgage. I'll let the realtor tell me if it got a mortgage or not. Right. Okay. So for speed purposes, I'm just pumping out just as many as possible just to get a response. Then once they interested, I got to find out if they interested first, because not a lot of people is interested. Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's a numbers game. But if they're interested, then we'll go back in there, plug in the numbers, and then we can negotiate the terms of it.
Got you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mills, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man.
I know, I can't hear you. It's real bad.
Yo, you might have to pick up your phone, Clayton, because it's like very muffled. I don't know if it's like the speakers on the bottom or something.
Yeah, it's super bad. What's the headphones? You might gotta take them out.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Let's stay traffic, man.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I can hear you a little better now.
Yeah, but I can't hear you. That's the problem.
While he doing that, VG said, do you select any property in that location? Do you use specific criteria to filter and identify the best ones before making offers? No, I mean, all you really got to do is just click. When you click on it, like go back. Like that one we saw, that one didn't have cash flow. It had negative cash flow. Right, so we don't want to mess with. That's not a good deal. We're going to make sure that it's a good deal first before we send the offer. So I just click around. I train my VA to just click around and just plug them in. Right, because it really don't take that long. So you can just click around and plug them in. And if it has positive cash flow, then rock with it. If it don't got positive cash flow, just move on to the next one. Like this one right here, we can just copy it, check and see if it got positive cash flow, plug it in, hit search, Compiling. Hit the Section 8 rental. And you can see this one is a good deal. It got 731 cash flow after paying your assignment fee. Got a nice return on investment year one and a nice cash on cash return. This is a deal. This is a good deal. So I'll go ahead and generate an offer for this, right? We have the opportunity to make a $4,000 assignment fee after we get a yes, after we get them under contract, and then we can push this out to our buyers for $15,000 entry fee on a turnkey property where they can start to profit $730 a month. And like, we're not worried too much about the purchase price right now because we're not offering a balloon and we're not offering an interest rate. Right. Now, if the realtor or the seller comes back and they want to negotiate those terms, of course, that's something that we can negotiate and talk about. But the original offer, you know, in a perfect world, we wouldn't want to have an interest rate or a balloon. Like in most anybody who's familiar with seller financing situations, usually these are 10, 15, 20-year terms.
Hey, Mills, can you hear me now?
One more time.
Sorry, I'll say it again.
Hey, can you show us that process one more time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got you. All right, bet. So we go to Redfin. We'll pick a area that we want to do business in. We'll go to all filters. We'll go to find a property been on the market for at least 3 months or more. Hit see it. And so we click on this one. We'll copy the address. Of course, we want to see who the realtor is. We'll copy and paste their name and their brokerage in Google, and then we'll go ahead and get their email. But we want to go ahead and generate the offer, so we'll paste it into the AI. Hit search. It'll compile. Come down here. I can see if it got positive cash flow, got good cash flow. 100% return on investment in year one is crazy. We definitely want to go ahead and push out an offer for this. We'll copy it to the clipboard and then go ahead and send this over to the realtor. Now, I know this say $1,900, but you can always, once you get it under contract, you can always ask the buyer to pay more of an assignment fee and just negotiate it. They say no, it's no. All right, but they say yes. You don't ever know unless you ask. All right, so I would push this out, let's say for a $10,000 entry fee. Yeah, it's going to change this number, but I mean, 100% return is ridiculous anyway. They'll be good with a 50% return. Right. So yeah, you can do that over and over and just send out as many offers as possible. Like, look at my outbox. We send out massive offers. And then look, you'll have some, you'll get some people, thank you, this property is already under contract, boom, boom, whatever, great job. Right, thank you, this property is already under contract, whatever, cool. He look like he's just saying the same thing. This one we are shooting out for Atlanta. Client does not accept finance. Like, you'll get responsive, but just keep going. It's a volume game. Just keep going. This one on Garland.
Can we
Lady
just
on
use
Garland.
Ask Redfin?
Say it again.
On Redfin, right below where you can find the realtor information, there's Ask Redfin, where you can post the questions. Can we just send the offer there?
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I would send it directly to the realtor.
I have a
Ain't
question.
gonna take you that much. Ain't gonna take you that much time.
Hey, I have a question. How accurate is the comps that the AI does?
It's very accurate. I'll show you an example. Right, the AI told me that I should offer this realtor 203 on this property. Go back and know that 189, down payment of 14,000. Right, purchase price 203. She responded to me that she received an appraisal for 215, and we do 215 and 20K down. How far off is that?
Yeah, it's not. It's good.
Yeah, I mean,
You call their attention, and then you can renegotiate from there.
and then she said, "Call me right now."
Yeah. That's what I said.
Call me right now. And then I went ahead and was proactive. Yeah. You close with a title company. And if it's a title company state, if it's an attorney state, you got to close with another attorney. But I went ahead and sent that counter offer over to a buyer that I know buys in Memphis. And look, this all I did. I just added my assignment fee to the email and asked them, like, what do you think? right? He asked me what's the terms of the loan. So to answer that loan question, whoever asked that loan question, this one does have a loan. So I just went on PropStream and looked up the loan information. I got an 814 payment, which we had to change in the offer, 5.1% interest rate, and then she owes 144 on the balance. So he's just gonna take over that payment, make this payment, give her down payment that she asking for, and I asked him if he liked that. And he, oh yeah, let's get it. I just need an inspection so I know what needs to be repaired. He said it so fast, I know that I really shortchanged myself on the assignment fee. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, also because of the maturity of the loan. Like
right.
He's not paying just interest. He's gonna be paying more, principal.
Right. So I'm like, dang, I probably could have got 10,000 if I would. I'm just be moving too fast. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got so excited that she told me yes. It was like the first 40 offers of that day, and I was like, "Yo," she said, "Yeah, like she gave me a counter. She wanna rock with it. Let me send it over to the buyer and see if he'll rock with it." And I just put like, I wasn't trying to be greedy. I just put a $5,500 assignment fee on that, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I need that. Let me get that. Like we finna rock with that. I need to close on that like ASAP." So I really gotta go. Y'all. I'll take 2 more questions. Y'all go ahead.
Well, I know Clayton had a question.
Yeah, it's Clayton again. You hear me?
Oh, perfect. Oh, I hear you good, but I am clear.
Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, all right. So, I've been doing the deal sniper thing, and I've been getting some positive response here and there. But my thing is, and Brandon tell you, man, when I get the response, I don't know how to like the response back because it's the creative finance, and I'm not really good with the numbers and all that. Like, what would I do in a situation like that?
Yeah, so we got ongoing trainings and ongoing support in the Discord. I don't know if you joined the Discord yet.
Yeah, I finally got through. I finally got through the Discord. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm on it.
So Sean does one-on-ones. What you can do is when you get a response, book a one-on-one with Sean so y'all can go through the details of the offer and he can help you out with actually formulating the offer. Like, because once you get a yes, you want to go ahead and put it under contract. Hold on, let me share my screen real quick. You want to go ahead and have him, and he'll write the contracts for you. Like that's what we pay him for. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And he's on the Discord?
Yeah, Sean's on the Discord. Yeah, so and then Brandon even helped us even make the contract a little cleaner. You know what I'm saying? So the contract's a lot cleaner than what we had it before. So if you get a yes, when you get a yes, because you said you already been getting some positive response. When you get a yes, go ahead and put all the terms, have them put all the terms on there for you, and tell them to show you how to do it too, so that, you don't always want to depend on people to do something, and sometimes they may drag their feet or whatever. You want to know how to do it, right? But for the first couple, all right, go ahead and have them show you how to write the contract. Do it for me, but walk me through it. That way you can go ahead and you get a yes verbally or on email. You can go ahead and make them put their pen where their mouth is. And now you got a marketable contract that you can either bring back to the Discord if you want to JV with us, or if you just want to put it up on Facebook Marketplace and just up your, put your tax on it, But yeah, definitely make sure you're using the support and the help of the team, bro, because that's what we pay them. That's what we pay them for.
All right, so Sean, so how would I reach Sean? Just is his name on there or something? How would I reach him?
You just add him.
Oh, you just add him? Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, what's his last name?
It's just when you put them in. Hold on, I'm putting in here right here. You'll hit add, and then just put Sean. SEAN. And he's super good. He's super good at responding. Even if it's late night, I be getting bings all night, seeing Sean answering questions all night long. And then we also do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday trainings, and there's videos and stuff in there. But if you got a fish on the line and you need help reeling them in, definitely contact Sean ASAP so he can get that contract out for you.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, all right, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Even if you got questions with terms and counters, like if they counter you, let us know in the Discord so we can help you out with the
Yeah, man, I've been getting that. Even Brandon tell you I got this one, that's just close. She ain't hit me back, but I hit her last night, or whatever, and she, she was interested in the terms and stuff. I couldn't do the cash because the numbers wasn't right for me with that, but I'm still trying
But
to see when
they open to them though. You can see like they open to them. And a couple people been getting a lot of people been getting their first deals under contract. I had to test it myself and make sure that joint worked. That Memphis one, we was able to get done. But you know what I mean, it definitely works. And not a lot of stuff surprises me in my 9 years of real estate. But man, this AI stuff something else. I ain't gonna hold it. AI stuff something else.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Thanks, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna hand y'all over to Brandon, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. My wife and kids really pushing me to come home. So I really got
Yo, I think you should still share your screen.
One last question, Mel. How much is the monthly for the AI?
My fault. I ain't even give y'all the link. It's $1 a day, so it's only $30 a month. I got y'all. Hold on, let me get the link.
And I have one more question. Also, are you just sending emails, or are you also talking with the realtors before sending the?
I haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we're looking for. I mean, we do a lot of different ways of marketing. This just kind of like a little extra way for us. So I'm be honest. I've been real lazy with it in my own business. But what to give you a competitive edge? What to give you a competitive edge for sure? If you would call or text the email you call or text the realtor and let them know that you sent them an offer over asking price at seller financing terms, and if their client would be open to it, you want them to check it out. That will give you an edge, because I just learned something like the other day about it. When you spamming emails like that, a lot of them are gonna go to their spam folder. You know what I'm saying? So some of them, it's not that they're not responding, they don't see it. Some people just don't even see it. So it'll help your numbers game out a lot if you did go ahead and call some of them. Like after you send them, take another 30 minutes and go back and call through them or text through them and say, hey, I just sent you a creative financing offer over asking price. Let me know if your seller would be open to something like this.
They still have to present it, right?
Probably missed. Huh?
You send them by email, so they still have to present it, even like if the realtor is not open to seller finance, he receive an offer, so he has to present it. Correct?
Oh, they have to present it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're gonna catch people who, I mean, I know for a fact there's people not presenting it.
No, okay.
And that's totally against like what they allowed to do. They're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to do that. But yeah, definitely a competitive edge that'll help your numbers game out tremendously would definitely be texting them or calling them and letting them know, like, look, I just sent you over an offer. Because when you spamming offers, a lot of them are gonna go to their spam box, or they may not even see it because they're receiving offers a lot. Oh yes, that was a great question. That will help out with your conversions for sure. You'll get more yeses like that.
Or Mills, I appreciate
man.
you, brother. I know you
Yes,
said
sir.
you
I
got to
just
dip
put the
out.
link in there for. Yeah, I just put the link in there for anybody who want to try it out. If y'all use promo code TikTok50, they do half off for the first month. I'll put that in there. So for 2 quarters a day, you could try it out, and then after that, it's just $1 a day. All right, family, love y'all, man. I'll holler at y'all.
Word. All right, y'all. Anyone else have any questions? Anything that y'all want to go over? Land, houses, deal sniper, anything?
I was looking at that CRM. What's it called? Alchemist CRM.
Yeah.
So how good y'all like that? Because me and my brother has been looking for a new one. We was about to go with Ray Cash, but I seen in the chat that Alchemist one for, what's it, $60 a month?
Yeah, it's only $60 a month. It comes with a power dialer. Obviously your SMS, so you can bulk SMS, send a bunch of SMS out. I just started doing like marketing through there. I've been using it for my social media because I hate having the app on I hate having the actual app on my phone. I just feel like it'd be so toxic. I don't know. But let's see. I'm actually moving over to it now. Because I was using Podio for everything. I had a customized Podio. But so I've been using it for my marketing, my automation, my social media. Like I can literally just post something on here, and it'll post on each one of them. You can use it for your texting, which I haven't started yet because I'm getting approved. Originally, I was with HiveMind. I don't know if you know what HiveMind is. HiveMind is very similar to this. And I was sending out a bunch of text messages, but when all the A2P regulations started happening, I stopped texting, and then I was just cold calling, and still am. I have a main cold caller, then I have like 3 other people cold calling for me. But everything you can do right through here. So I just created my websites through here. Well, these are the funnels. I have a couple different funnels, like my mentorship funnel I'm creating, the JV funnel that I have right now, which is anyone, if you guys have deals that you want to JV with, I created it through here. So I literally am using this to do everything. I'm literally switching over from my Podio, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love my Podio, but Podio is literally just my leads and I'm able to text them through them. But that's pretty much it.
Question, sorry to interrupt. Could you talk to us about the setup process, like the requirements, as far as what all you need to get actually set up in the CRM?
Yeah. So let me stop. So if you go ahead and click on that link, right, and sign up, there is a $50 setup fee, and that's 3 onboardings, right? So your first onboarding, he's gonna teach you how to use everything, and then he's gonna show you how to add in your profile. So if I show you real quick, let me see.
Quick question, Brandon. How is your rate for the cold calling?
Give me 1 second, brother. Let me finish his question first. So if I go into these settings, you have to fill out your business profile. You have to put your logo, your name, and all that stuff. That way he can get you approved. So he's gonna create you a website, right, which you can go in and you can change all the colors. So if I go over here to the website that was for me, I literally went in and changed everything, but he creates you one. And the reason he creates you one is because there's specific things that the A2P needs to see in order for you to be approved. You have to have a website, and then you have to have privacy and what was that other thing? The privacy and 1 second, let me see. Yeah, the privacy and terms of service is down here. You need to have all of that, and it has to be spot on, right? In order for you to get approved for text messages, you have to have the website, you have to have the terms of service, the privacy, you have to have numbers that work. Your campaign has to be specific, right? There's a lot of things now that have to be perfect. And when all this started happening, I'm like, man, that's a lot. I just want to get these deals. So I just went back to cold calling. And cold calling was always working. It's just text messaging was able to get out. At that time, I was just by myself. I didn't have an assistant. And I hired my assistant to do the cold calling while I was just doing texting. And then all these regulations hit. So I stopped texting. And cold calling was always good. And then I started doing a lot of JV. So I had my cold calling and then JV. So the JVs kind of replaced the texting. But I wanted to go back to texting. Plus, the system that he had runs off of JHL, which HiveMind also ran off of. And REI Cash ran off of. And when he's told me, listen, I'll give you a website. It'll come with a website. All the campaigns will be set. All of the automations are set. So let me show you that real quick. Right? So when you are texting people, or not even, when you get an inbound lead, right? So for instance, right now, I literally just started using this for inbound, but these are some of the JV leads that came in. And then I think over the last couple of days, or the last day, 3 leads came in from my my cold caller. I think yesterday or the day before these came in, right? But the second they come in, it automatically sends them text messages, right? It automatically sends up follow-up messages. Y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
he creates all of these different workflows. So these are workflows for forms that come in. If someone submits a lead to a form, it goes there. Let me see. There's a lot of different workflows that he created. Let me see. What's this one? Actually, let's go back to the SMS one. SMX workflow. You see all of this?
Yeah.
He created all of this. It does it automatically, right? Dang. So when you create a campaign, let's say you pull a list of 1,000 and you create the campaign and you put this workflow on the campaign. The second a trigger happens, it automatically sends them. It automatically does all of this automatically. It'll send these text messages. If it's between these times, if it's in a weekday, if it's in between these times, it'll send these text messages. It'll wait 2 days. It'll send a follow-up messages. There's so much stuff that he automatic, and these follow-up messages have the perfect SMSs to not get you spammed. All right. So he's literally thought of all of this. See, I was gonna set up my own GHL, but then I was like, but damn, like he already did all of this work. So why the hell would I go get my own? And then it's also cheaper because if you get your own GHL to create your own CRM and do all this yourself, it's $100 a month. This is only $60 a month. And he sets up your website, he sets up your campaign, he sets up your workflow. And again, that was just SMS. You got the cold call workflow. You have the workflow for investors if you want to do investor outreaches. You have automation. What is this? A lot of this I haven't even gone through yet. All of these different workflows. See, because I was really into the funnels and the website. So I'm over here creating different funnels to make sure that you guys can submit stuff to the JVs. I'm creating funnels because I want my mentorship to look more legit and my consultations. All right. So I'm over here messing with these funnels and I'm waiting for my A2P to be completed. Register. It takes about a week, sometime sooner, to get completely approved. And then if I go into my settings, it'll tell me if I'm approved or not. So actually, let me check that real quick while we're here. Trust Center.
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask you that too, how long it takes. So about a week or so?
About a week, yeah.
Okay.
And then they're very on top of it. So you can't see my text messages, right? Hold on, let me show you this real quick too. Let me just share this on screen. They're very on top of it. So my A2P actually failed for a second.
So all that is in your CRM?
Correct. Damn it. Alright, so this is the...
Brandon, did you have to pay him to create the workflow, or is that included in the $60?
That's included. Well, there's a setup. So the first 14 days are free as far as the $60. You pay a $50 setup fee. So the $50 is going to have him do all of that stuff.
So you pay the 60 at first and then the 50, or
No. You pay 50 first, and then once your trial is up, then you pay for the first month.
Gotcha.
And then from there on, it's just $60 a month. I'm looking for the text because he just texted me like yesterday, the day before. Not him. Bam. Right. So this is the support team. They're very on top of it. They give you a community link that you can go on to because he has his own community also. And then he was like, hey, Brian, just want to let you know your A2P did fail this morning due to a domain verification difficulties. And they fixed it. All right. Send me screenshots of it fixing it. So my A2P will probably be approved in like a day. All right. And then I'll be able to get started texting and all that. Again. But everything is done for you. Literally everything. He even creates you a funnel for your seller leads. If you're so let's say you have your cold calling. Me, I use Mojo, and I was able to use Zapier to connect Mojo to GHL or REI Alchemist, right? Now, if you don't have a dialer or if you're not able to do that, you can just use the seller submission form, which a lot of people, that's what they do. They have a seller submission form. So he created all those forms for you. He created a buyer's form. He even created a buyer's website. So if you have deals that need to be sold, you can put these deals on that website. And then you can just, put that website on your social media or wherever you want to put it. You can, and then they'll be able to go on there, see the deals that you have, and they'll be able to make an offer right into this website. All right. So he sets that all up for you, and then it's obviously just a normal CRM where you can keep track of all of your leads and everything that's happening in your business. Right. So right now,
That's cool, man.
yeah, it's pretty badass, man. I like it a lot.
Can you share the link for the CRM?
Yes, actually, I think it's right here. Let me copy it. But it's really good, man. I honestly think for the price, you really can't beat it.
Yeah. I'm trying to do some automations and by myself, and it's terrible how I'm doing it. But for $60, it's nothing. Like you would have everything set up.
And that's his thing.
APIs in there too.
Everything, my brother. And the thing is he has calls, I believe, every Tuesday, right? Training sessions. He has all of his training sessions from since he created this, was like 6 months ago, on there. You can set up support calls. So if you need more, more help to set up your vision and exactly how you want things to work as far as the automations, they'll make that all work. And the thing is, like, he was using REI Reply, and then he was gonna go hop on with a couple different CRMs, and they're all like $100, $150, $200 a month. He's like, man, why does it need to be that much? Because he knows how much it really costs. I know how much it really costs. People are making a killing on these CRMs, right? And then the support team is someone that's in a different country, and they're getting paid nothing, right? So he's like, man, forget that. I'm gonna create a CRM. It's gonna do everything that they does, and over time it's gonna do way more. And I'm gonna give it for a good price, $60. I'm like, you know what? I can get behind that. So, and I believe in it. And I'm like, I've tried other CRMs that run off GHL. And at first I'm like, man, for some reason I just love Podio. It's so easy. You can make it do whatever you want. But I realized, I'm like, man, Podio does look old, and it's getting outdated. And I need something else that I can still do everything in. I can't do websites. I can't do funnels. I can't do marketing. I can't control my social media directly from Podio, but I can do that all here. And I'm like, and it's only $60 a month. And if you join up, you can become an affiliate and make money if other people join, right? I'm always upfront and honest, right? So if you guys join and then you have your own following, you can get a link and people can join under you. Next thing you know, you're making residual.
I was going to tell you, drop your your reference link down there as well. I don't know if you dropped it already yet, but if you do this, we'd like to give you credit for that as well, as far as the affiliation program.
100%. So I just dropped it for the
It's on the chat.
Yeah, I put it just now in the chat, and then I also have I do have a Deal Sniper link also, so you can use his or you can use mine. It doesn't matter either or. He did put in time today, so you can definitely use his. But I'll drop mine in there too. Where the hell is my Deal Sniper link though?
Are you using the Deal Sniper?
Yeah, brother, I can show you my assistant sending out leads every day, and I've sent out
online or for houses.
For houses. For houses.
Yeah, I might be on that too, because that's crazy.
Give me 1 second. Let me get you my. So I put the REI Alchemist in there, and let me get my Deal Sniper real quick too, so y'all can have that also. But yeah, Deal Sniper is badass. So I literally paid Brian Arigbo. He's one of my mentors. Love that guy. Great guy. He's one of the OGs when it comes to wholesaling. Him and Max Maxwell and them. But his thing was creative deals, right? That's what he was doing. That's what he still does, and he has a whole course on it. I literally paid like, I don't know, $2,500 to learn how to do what Deal Sniper does automatically. Literally. And I haven't done a deal because he taught me how to do it manually. So I got to figure out all the numbers. I got to figure out how to make it work. I got to figure out this, figure out that. Deal Sniper does it anyways. So now I can use Deal Sniper to make it happen like this. And since I know by what I was taught, I can look at Deal Sniper, oh yeah, this is good. And then I can adjust it. I can offer multiple, right? Because like he was saying, most of the time is 10, 15, 20 years. But it could be on a 1-year term. It could be on a 3-year term, right? You can raise the rent. You can lower. There's a lot of different things you can do because it's creative. You create whatever the deal it is that you want to offer. And then if they have a problem with it, you can adjust it to make them happier, right? Ultimately, it would be cool for an investor to keep it on that 10-year length if they want it as a rental, right? But some people might only keep it for a year, right? Because they only have to put a down payment. They might spend $30,000 to make the value, let's say $300,000. Meanwhile, the term is only $215. They only put down $20,000. They spent $30 to fix it up. That's only $50,000, and then they can sell it for $300. That's $70,000 profit. You're doubling how much money you put in, right? And then they can cash them out in 6 months. So you can use these creative deals just to take ownership of a property to be able to fix and flip it and then pay off that person like this, right? So it's not always a creative deal where you're going to have a cash flowing property for 10, 20, however many years and pay this person. Most of the time it ain't going to be that because they want to be able to get cashed out. So if they don't accept this term at a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year, like, well, listen, I know you want a little bit more, you know, but this deal needs work. I can offer you cash so I can fix and flip it. It's going to take me, you know, X amount of months to be able to do that. And I can only offer you this amount because I need to be able to make a certain percentage back on my money. Or I'll give you a higher amount. Let's do the creative deal. I'll cash you out in a year instead of 10 years, right? This way, I only have to put this much money in. I can fix up your property. I'll sell it, and then I'll cash you out, you know, 6 months to a year. So there's so much that you can do. And then nothing for the loan. If someone has a loan, you can literally just take the loan subject to. So you can literally just take over their payments and then give them, like, let's say, an extra $100 a month. There's so much stuff you can do when it comes to creative deals, man. What am I looking for? Oh, the deal sniper link. But anyone else have questions? I know that there was another question there.
You got anything on SAP2 or creative finance yet?
Not yet. So I just started doing the deal sniper probably like, I don't know, honestly, probably like a week and a half maybe. It's only been a week and a half. And I have probably like 3-4 contracts I sent out. I actually got to follow up with them. That's one thing that I realized today. I need to, because man, I've been sending out so many contracts between my own deals, between JV deals, some of the people in here, between these creative deals. And now I'm like, damn, who did I send a contract to? It's been a week. Yeah, I've sent out a lot of contracts, right? And the only ones that I remember are the ones that have signed because they come back to my email and sign. So all the other ones, I'm like, damn, I know I sent out a bunch of PDFs. I know I sent out this and sent out that. So I have to spend some time in the morning tomorrow to really go and check to see who I sent deals out to. Which is another reason I switched to that CRM. Because in the CRM, let me show you real quick. In the CRM, you have your opportunities, right? So for instance, if I go to JV pipeline, this one came in today. These 3 I'm reviewing. Actually, this one I just sent out a contract, so we'll go ahead and move that there. This one right here, I believe is already either under contract. Troy, yo, this is a deal. What's up with this guy? Never got the information back. The St. Pete property.
No, man, I hit him up this morning. He never responded.
Okay.
So, do your buyer want it?
I didn't send it to him yet because I didn't know the information, but I know he will want it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up again, man. I'm gonna see what he.
Let him know if he can't get all the information. That's no problem. I just wanted to see if he could. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I can get it myself, but this one. Anyway, so as you're getting deals, you can move them over to whatever pipeline you want. You can create pipelines. You can remove pipelines. He sets it up for you though. So if I go to look at acquisitions, dispositions, all that, all of this was already set up for me. I literally just ended up connecting my Mojo to it, and yesterday she got 3 leads. So now I'm reviewing these leads. I gotta call them. The JV submission form, I literally just started sending out to people. I don't know, when did I post it in my JV thing? That was a couple days ago. People are submitting deals. As they get reviewed or whatever, I move them over. So this one right here, Lehigh Acres, she got 3 lots, which she actually sent out contract today. So we'll move that there. All right. This one right here, Spring Hill, a fire deal. I have to call tomorrow and negotiate for her because he wants 70K. he needs to come down. He needs to be realistic. 70K isn't it. All right. So using this is helping me get more organized. Accepted offer. I already know these two are under contract. All right. Whereas in Podio, I had under contract tab, which is cool. So once it's under contract, I know it's under contract. But so here I got 4 that are under contract. But if they're not under contract, I have to go through a bunch of stuff to figure out, okay, where is this deal? Where's that deal? What's going on? What's this? What's that? So it's also helping me be way more organized, the CRM.
That's also, you mentioned that it sends follow-up texts, right?
Automatically. Yep.
Oh, good.
Automatically. And so he has it set up every 2 days. Every 2 days, he's going to send a text until they respond or until something happens. And then he has what's called Conversation AI, which again, I just got this and I haven't started texting yet, so I haven't messed around with it. But the Conversation AI will have the majority of the conversation for you. You can literally train the AI. I think it automatically comes trained, but you can train it even deeper. He's literally had, went to sleep and woke up and the deal ready to go because it'll tell you, hey, send out contract because he has the opportunity, all right, the pipeline. So in the morning he came and looked at his pipeline and there was an opportunity in that pipeline. He's like, what the hell what is this? And he looked and the AI had a whole conversation. So when you sign up, he'll go over all of this with you, right? And that right there, I think is game changer because there's a lot of people that are offering that at like $100 just for that alone. Actually, I know when it first started, my guy was selling for probably $5,000-$10,000 just to have a AI talk for you. Where here is built in.
Hey, Brandon, do you have to pay extra for the AI caller or not?
I am not sure. I believe I'm not. I want to say there's 2 of them. There's Conversation AI. No, so this one is free. Conversation AI is free, and then there's Voice AI Agent. This one, I believe you might have to pay, or maybe not.
Because I saw one last Saturday. I went to an event, and it was the software that he was showing. It was excellent. Basically, everything that you were mentioning, plus the agent AI, and it's like talking with a normal person. But everything was like for $380, something like that, and you just for $60 plus, I don't know.
I know that there's 2 of them. There's one of them is there's 2 different AIs. One of them is Voice AI Agent, and then one is Conversation AI. One of them is a little bit better than the other, but the one I was talking about is the Conversation AI. I'm pretty sure the Conversation AI is free. Again, I haven't messed around with it yet. He just showed me a whole, which he would do with you guys. He showed me a whole, pretty much a whole webinar on it. He spent like a whole hour just going over it. But I wasn't paying too much attention because my mind was like thinking about funnels and websites. I'm gonna be completely honest, right? When I get like an idea in my head, it's like that's all I can think about. So the whole time he was talking, I'm like, word, I'm about to start texting, but man, I'm about to make this funnel, and it's about to look like this, and it's about to do that, and then this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen. So he's over here talking, and I'm not even really listening because I just wanted to know what I wanted to know. And I wanted to know about the websites, and I wanted to know about the funnels. The SMS campaigns and all that, I already knew about all that because we talked about it. But that was about a year ago when he first came out of this. Now he added all this extra stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's all pretty dope. But man, I want to create these funnels for my business. But yeah, I believe you can even if you go to that link, I believe you can create like a support call with him before you get it, or pay anything. So just reach out to him, reach out to support in that website, in the link that I gave you, and talk to them. Talk to them just to make sure it's going to do what you wanted to do. But I'm pretty sure it's going to do everything that you want to do. It does a lot, man. It really does.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Of course, man. Of course. Anyone else have any other questions about anything? Houses, land, anything?
Yeah, I got one in refer to list targeting and putting a list.
All right. What's up, brother?
Yes. So right now, what's the highest converting data source for pulling land lists? I've been seeing people obviously with the prop stream. I've also seen regrid and a data tree. So I just want your guys' input. Bring this up because the last list that I pulled was for Cape Coral, and I got it through PropStream. Put the filters and everything, but literally all I get are lots that don't meet buyer criteria. So they're always on canals, on main roads. They just pretty much, some are already built on it, and yeah, I don't know. So I just want to get some insight, see what you guys think.
I understand what you're saying 100%. So real quick, I definitely want to try that out real quick in PropStream to make sure. So this is the thing, right? Go ahead. Whoever was about to talk.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been getting the same thing from PropStream, but what I usually do, I go to the appraiser site. They usually update their sites. And you can check and see if there's a house on there like that also. And get, and get the information from there. That's how I usually do it. Like if I get something from PropStream, and then I'll pull it up on Zillow, and if it's showing a house, I just go to the appraiser site and see if it's a house built on there already, or see if the builder has bought it, see what builder bought it. You can find out like that too.
So Ozzy, real quick, what criteria are you putting for Cape Coral?
Cape Coral, see when you filter it out like that. Filter, so sellers, the property, MLS off market, vacant lands.
All right, so let's see. No on market, property type, we'll do vacant land. Owner information. How many years are you putting minimum? Are you putting that at all?
Yeah, I am. I'm doing 3 to 5.
Okay, so let's put 3. So you put 3 and then you put 5 max. Or you're just saying you put either. Okay, you don't put a max. Okay, good. And you put it individual. You put incorporate.
Yeah,
or
just put individual and trust. It should be on there one for trust. There we go.
All right, so we got vacant land, MLS no, years of ownership 3 or more, ownership, individual, trust.
Right. Also, go back to property details. I also include. Yep, exactly. Show all. It's gonna be 3 of them. It's gonna be the residential vacant land, general, and what's the other one? Recreational and residential. Top left.
All right, so we got 10,617. Canal. These 2 are on the main road. That's canal. So this is the thing, right? This is what I'll say about this criteria. So this is 10,617. What do you pull that whole list, or are you like pulling half of it, or do you add something else to it?
Absentee
owners.
Yeah, I'm really trying to narrow it down to that 2,000 range.
I feel you. All right, so absentee, out of state?
Out of state.
Or just absentee in general?
I do out of state, and then just kind of really mess around.
Yeah, you be messing around. I got you. I feel you. So this is my thing. You asked, this was the question. You said, where do you get the best data, right? When it comes to this criteria, in my opinion, they're damn near all going to be the same, right? The reason why is, let's say in Cape Coral, how many was there originally? Let's say there's here in this circle right here. Y'all can see my screen, right? In this circle right here, there might be, I don't know, 100,000 properties, let's say, right? Now we brought it down to 4,980 properties in this area based off of 3 years of ownership and individual, vacant land, and they live out of state. That's not really going to change anywhere. You can go on the county website. It's going to be the same exact thing, right? What makes this change is whether or not someone has sold the property already, right? And PropStream is going to know within the month if a person has sold that property or not, That's number one. As far as this type of list, this is very broad. Where things change is when you put a tax delinquent behind it, where if you put a lien behind it, if you probate, right? Those type of things they might be, especially with the county. The county's going to be super up to date. So, like for instance, if I come over here and let's add tax delinquent to this real quick. The list tax delinquent. That brings it to 903. There might be more or less on the county. There might be different properties on the county. That's when PropStream might be good or might not be good. That or a different lead service, right? A different lead service, like let's say PropWire. PropWire is free, right? But PropWire might pull their probate data or the tax delinquent data from a different source and might be more up to date than PropStream. All right. The only way you're gonna know which one is better than the other is talking to people that use different systems and actually talking to the owners. Like, hey, where are you pulling these lists? But if you're just pulling a really broad, basic list that doesn't really have one of these, which is a motivation behind it, right? Absentee isn't really it is a motivation, but that's just where do they live, and that owner might live in New York. Every single one of these platforms, whether it's PropWire, PropStream, is gonna know that this owner has owned this plot of land in Cape Coral for 3 years and they live in New York. It's gonna know that, right? So people are, a lot of times they're like switching between, this data source or that data source, or just trying to figure out, how can I get better data? If you want better data, the best thing is just to go straight to the county, right? Go to the tax delinquent website, go to the probate websites, go to the code enforcements, go straight there. And then you can take those lists and you can import them into PropStream and be able to filter to know, okay, what is vacant land, what is a house, what is a commercial property. Because you're going to pull those lists and it's not going to tell you any of that. It's just going to be a list of properties, whether it's commercial, land, multifamily, everything. And you don't know what it is because it's just an address and tax delinquent for $10,000, $20,000. All right. So that's a thing you can do. Another reason I love PropStream. I'm pretty sure you could probably do that in batch leads and stuff like that also. But the data really isn't too much different, honestly. And if in Cape Coral, I'm going to be honest, if there's a lot more, this is the thing, right? If there's a lot more properties on canals, which canal, just in the first 50, which this list is 50, there's a bunch of them. Reason is because people have been buying and flipping land on Cape Coral for the last 3 years, and all of the builders are only buying lots that are not on canals. So sooner or later, you're going to run out of lots that are inside. You get what I'm saying? Or they're just going to be less, and now the owners who own those lots, there's going to be less of those, and they're going to be even more greedy. So right now, you have thousands and thousands and thousands of lots that are on canals, and you only have hundreds that are not on canals. You see what I'm saying? That's not going to change with a different lead source. Say that again?
Do you feel like Cape Coral is saturated in that manner? Do you feel like it's saturated in that manner where it's pretty much what's the pickings in Cape Coral, or what do you think? I mean, just off of your opinion.
I've definitely made some money in Cape Coral for sure. Yeah, it's one of those markets I tend to stay out of. I try to stay out of markets where there's like a lot of business, right? If you see a lot of builders and you see a lot of wholesalers and you see a lot of land selling, so that's when I tell people in my mentorship, right? I'm like, you want to look for areas where there's a lot of land selling and there's a lot of builders buying, but there's a number where it's like too much. You see what I'm saying? If you have way too much land selling and way too many builders buying, then you have like 10 times the amount of wholesalers in this area trying to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I would find that everywhere in Florida damn near is good for land. Damn near everywhere, right? So if you can find the markets that is not as saturated, or I wouldn't even say saturated, but there's not as much buying and selling going on like in Cape Coral, maybe like, I don't know. Point Siena is good. In my opinion, the thing with Point Siena is it's hard to find utilities. so no one wants to deal in Poinciana, which is why I love it, right? If you know how to get the utilities in Poinciana, which you have to call them and you have to find that out, or you have to go and look to see if there's fire hydrants, but even that, it seems like it's been out of date, right? You might have to put more work in, but you can find more deals and sell them to the buyers because there is buyers buying and there's sellers trying to sell. So I would look in areas where there's not as much land selling to buyers as Cape Coral. Then, like I said, don't get me wrong. You can make money Cape Coral, especially in this area up here or up here. If you have buyers that are buying, you can definitely make money. And if you can find a buyer that will buy in a canal, you can definitely make money. I just find it that when you are in the areas where there's a lot of activity, the sellers are greedy. But again, they're like that everywhere. You have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to have conversations and build rapport. Y'all, that's number one. Build rapport. If I'm gonna repeat this, I repeat this every week. If a seller is asking you for a proof of funds, and they're asking you for a website, and they're asking you how much EMD you're gonna put down, they do not trust you. And if they do not trust you, you're just trying to buy their lot. Have a conversation. Build a friendship. Do not sound too professional. Right? That's why I always say, sound like a normal human. Don't sound too professional. Just know what the hell you're talking about. So when they ask you a question, be like, yeah, this is the deal. These lots over here are really selling for this amount. Your lot doesn't have water on it. It's going to need an extension. An extension costs X amount of dollars per foot. So it's gonna cost me some money to be able to buy your lot. I really need you to come down and a discount, you know? But I'm saying all of this after I done asked them, man, where are you from? Or if I seen that they're, like, I'm over here talking to this person right here, and this person lives in Massachusetts. I guess what MA is, Massachusetts? I'm not even sure what the hell, where that MA is. I wasn't in geography, even though I love real estate. But I'm asking this person, I'm looking to see where the hell they live. Yeah, Massachusetts, right? I'm looking to see where they live. If they live in Jersey, I'm building a rapport because that's where I'm from. If they live in New York, I'm building a rapport because I love the city. Right? Wherever they're from, I'm having a conversation. If I hear the dog barking in the background, I'm asking questions about that dog. Right? And that's if I hear them cough, I'm like, man, are you sick? And then they'll say, yeah, I just came out of the hospital. I'm like, man, can I pray for you real quick? Listen, I pray for everyone. That's me though. I got a healing gift from God. Thank him. Right? If I pray for you, there's a good chance you're going to be healed by tomorrow. So I pray for everyone. I'm building rapport, y'all. We need to build more rapport. We need to get off of the texting. So I know you guys want the system to text. Text them to see if they're interested, and then hop on the phone. All right? Call them up, build a relationship, become a friend with them, figure out how, and then say, hey, I want to buy your lot. This is how much. This is the range I can give you. 35 to 40. My builder's at like 60, 35 to 40. Oh, that's way too low. I'm like, nah, I definitely understand. Listen, we would like to be in that range, but I might be able to do a little bit more. I could possibly talk to my manager, my finance team, to see if we could do more, but where are you at? Can you come down? Can you come near my range? Next thing you know, they're saying 40, 45, 50. My buyer's at 60. And then I'm like, man, I'm not sure if I can do that, but let me do this. I'm going to go to bat for you. I'm going to go talk to my partners, and I'm going to go work for you. I'm going to see if I can get that number for you. If I get that number for you, are you ready to move forward as far as getting an agreement in place? If I go and I try to convince them for this number, are you ready to sign? Because I'm not going to go do that if you're not ready to move forward. Yeah, give me that number and we'll talk. All right. I hang up, call them back in 10 minutes. Hey, listen, man, it's going to be a little tight, but I think we can do that for you. What is your email? We definitely want to get this started. That way we get the process rolling and get this money in your pocket. And that's that. But I'm building rapport. I'm letting them feel my vibe. I'm letting them understand that I'm a human. That way, they don't ask me a bunch of questions. Because that's the thing. Like, I never lie to people, but if I don't have to say it, then I'm not going to say it. Ultimately, I'm trying to get them money in their pocket. I'm trying to help them do that, and I'm trying to get the buyer a nice deal. People that ask too many questions, they're ruining this transaction. They're ruining their opportunity of getting a check in their pocket. Literally. Like sometimes I got people hit me up, JB. They're like, oh, they're asking this, they're saying this, they're saying that. I'm like, damn, they're ruining their own chance of getting a check within the next 45 days. Just shut up and let me do what I do. You see what I'm saying? So if we're too professional, if we don't build a relationship, if we don't crack a joke, if we don't, what was your name again, brother?
I'm Jordan.
Jordan. You said Jordan?
Dorian.
Dorian. Right? You answer the phone. I'm like, hey, Dorian? Yeah, well, hey, how's it going, man? My name is Brandon. Well, actually, no, I say, hey, man, it's Brandon. How's it going? Hey, man, it's Brandon. How's it going? I'm like, hey, Dorian? Hey, is this Dorian? Yeah, Dorian, it's Brandon. How's it going? Yo, just like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy? Yeah, Troy, hey, it's Brandon. How's it going? Hey, it's going good. Brandon. Yeah, man, I was actually just calling and da-da-da-da-da. They say they're interested in an offer. Boom, I got them. Now I'm just trying to figure out how can I connect? How can I let them feel my vibe? How can I let them understand that I'm a real person and I'm genuine and I'm here to get them money in their pocket? That's what it is. Because they want to sell, but then they want to ask 1,000 questions to stop themselves from getting money in their pocket. And I understand it's because there's a lot of fraud out there. There's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of people doing dirt. So they need to, figure out, man, am I making the right decision? Is this guy really going to pay me or is he just going to waste my time for the next 45 days? But me, I know I'm not going to do that. I know that for the most part, if I can't find a buyer within 2 weeks, I'm getting out of it. And if I ever do stay in the deal longer, it's because I do have a builder who would buy it. And then, like me and Troy, we had a Palm Bay lot we had under contract for like a month. And unfortunately, no, we still have it under contract. Yo, Troy, I think we got to cancel that one, unfortunately. Right? But the only reason is because I legit have two great buyers that would have bought it. They just decided they didn't want to buy this month. So I'm like, damn. And the price that we have it under contract for, it only really works for that buyer. Palm Bay buyers, when it comes to well lots, are still spending under $40,000. This guy's the only one that's spending $50,000, and it was only for like 2 months, and now he's chilling for a month in Palm Bay. Watch next month when we cancel this deal, he's gonna be spending $55,000. And Troy, we're gonna hit that person up like, listen, I'm sorry, we had to cancel, but listen, we're buying there again, and I can give you an extra $5,000. That's what we'll say. He's going to sign again, and we're going to sell it to this buyer. So that's the only time I keep a deal under contract for more than 2 weeks. Usually within a week, I'll know if they're going to buy it or not. If they are, great. If they're not, I'll spend another week trying to find a buyer. If I can't, then we'll cancel them. I don't even know why I went on a rampage. I don't even know what question you asked. But just build a relationship, y'all. Seriously, build a relationship with these people. If you know you're a genuine person in your heart, build a relationship so they can stop asking you a bunch of questions. Because ultimately, you are going to get them money in their pocket, which is what they want. And how that's going to happen, honestly, is none of their business. You're an investor. Your exit strategy is really none of their business. And the only time they act like it is their business is with wholesalers. Because the people that have agents don't ask no questions. The agent gives them an offer, they say yes or no, that's it, we move on. Which is why I like agents. But you have to know how to deal with agents also.
Mm-hmm. So just real quick, to recap, practically, approach with caution, high active markets, go through county websites and search and find a motivation, like, for example, just a tax delinquent. Then go through PropStream. In this case, just filter out for land. And then skip, trace it, call, and just report.
100%, my brother. If you want better quality leads, get them from the county, the tax delinquent websites. When you pull that list, it's going to be a big list. And import it into PropStream. When you do that, if you come into you guys can still you can still see my screen. So if I go into PropStream real quick, I can import a list and then I can save it as one of these. I just did this, but I don't remember which one it was. Hold on, let me see.
Hey, Oz.
Yo,
Oz. Hey, man, and make sure you follow up too. If you get some, they don't sound too sure about it, follow up with them. I got a couple deals like that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
I had people asking for 80,000, and then they said, "Well, let me think about it." And I gave them a price. I said, "Well, this is what we paying. We paying 30K in this area." And they said, "All right, well, let me think about it." I followed up with them like a week later, and we signed the contract. So follow up with them.
Follow. That's important. That's how I got my last deal. Back in October, they told me they weren't interested. I called them up in February. All of a sudden, they wanted to sell, and then I ended up closing, making 8K on that one. So I agree with you. Following up is key.
Yeah, following up is important.
Damn, man, I just pulled a list. Maybe it's this one. Anyways, but you can import your list. Import list. And then, oh, there we go. I think it was Langland. You guys can see my list, my thing? Passcode tax.
Yeah, we can see it.
So what the hell did I name it? I don't know. Anyways, when you import a list, right, you can use these filters up here to remove all of the other properties, right? So you can literally come here and create, like let's say I don't use auctions. I can take this and I can change it. So I can literally just remove this and I can property classifications, I can put vacant land and apply. Now, when I click on this, these are all vacant land. So the list that I just pulled is literally, I went driving for dollars, right? And when I was driving for dollars, I was writing down every house and every vacant lot. So this list that I just had has 246 properties. 19 of them are vacant land. So what I'm saying is when you get a list from tax delinquents, you're going to have vacant land, you're going to have commercial, you're going to have multifamily, you're going to have houses, but you're looking for just land. So import the list. When you import the list, you can use these up here to sort out what's vacant land. So I don't use the auction one, so I just edited it. I can even change the name to vacant land. Bam, apply. Now this filter is just going to show me vacant land in this list. So when I upload that big list that's going to have like 10,000 properties and I click vacant land, it's going to show me, oh, 1,000 of them, 2,000, 3,000 of them are vacant land and they're tax delinquent, and that's going to be the best tax delinquent list that you have. But that's not going to, and then you can even go deeper. You can, the same thing. You can put 3 years or more and all that stuff. But again, remember, when you put 3 years or more and you put the person's out of state, that's not going to change the fact that there's only X amount of properties left inside that are not on the canal that are owned by out-of-state owners for 3 years or more, right? Stuff like that's going to be, it's going to be the same no matter where you look for leads. Because again, there's only X amount of lots and X amount of those were sold, which means X amount of them are still owned by people that were, owned for 3 or more years. So unfortunately, there's just so many canal lots still available that have not sold. That just is what it is. So ultimately what we need is we need canal lot buyers. So I wouldn't get upset that there's a lot of canal lots. That's a beautiful thing. What we need are the buyers that are buying on the canals. If you can get that, my brother, you have just hit a gold mine. So if anything, forget about pulling lists. Go find a canal lot buyer, because there's definitely canal lots selling. Who's buying them though? We need to build relationships with those people, and we need to be best friends with them, and then we need to ask them, how many lots are you looking to buy this month?
Hey, Brand, you got to find a buyer that buy canal lots without seawalls, right? Because most of the ones that do buy canal lots, they require seawall. So I got a buyer that buy canal lots, but it has to have a seawall.
So can you explain to us what that is exactly? I'm gonna be honest. I haven't done anything in a canal I haven't done anything in Cape Coral on a canal, and anything I don't do, I don't really know about.
So what they do, they go in and they build a wall. They build the wall up by the water. So in case the flood or something like that, it won't flood over into the land, into the lot. So
Gotcha.
so they require they hire. I have a buyer that buys it, but he always say it has to have a seawall. And I haven't had one yet that had a seawall, and if it does have a seawall, they're asking 180, 200K. Because I think a seawall costs like 70,000 to build. So,
VG, thank you. I think those are she posted pictures of it. Well, so then what we need now is a person that doesn't really care about a seawall.
That's one to pay the price. Man, thank you guys so much. I gotta go, but
I appreciate you, man.
I like to tap in every week, so keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Until next time.
You too, brother. Damn, this one's been 1 hour and 51 minutes. Damn, it's 9:30. Oh wow, this isn't 2 hours. Yo, we gotta end. Anyone else have questions before we dip out?
That's all I got right now.
Cool.
I just want to say appreciate it, man. Thanks for dropping the gems and just doing the knowledge share. We most certainly appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else on this call does as well.
I appreciate you guys. On Tuesday, Tuesday I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna still try to do a mindset call on Tuesday, from Puerto Rico. That's gonna be a good one. So, but I'll let y'all know for sure Monday if we're gonna do one.
For sure.
It's gonna be in Puerto Rico. But y'all, I appreciate you guys. God bless you guys, and y'all, my buyer is still buying. So go into the JV with Brandon forum, and let's do some deals together. Some people have just posted in the Florida buyers, like Troy. He got a bunch of Cape Coral. Julio, I just created a Virginia, a Virginia channel. So he's gonna go ahead and post his buyers in Virginia. Y'all, we can all do deals together and split them. All right, it takes the workload off, and it'll be good.
I got a buyer in Maryland, man, too. So looking for flips.
Hold on, let me add that. I'll create a Maryland channel right now for you, brother. Maryland buyers. Bam. Yo, and if y'all have buyers in any other city or any other state that's not there, let me know. I'll create a channel just for it and post the buyer criteria. I want this to be a network of real estate professionals, really entrepreneurs. Ultimately, my vision is, well, it's not going to be in here, but I want a group where we can all just be conscious, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, in business, regardless of what business that you're in. So that's ultimately what I want to create soon. But what area? Yeah. Anyways, y'all, I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed and have a good night.
Too, bro.
Appreciate it. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you, man.